Everyone's attention up here. Oh, I'm getting violent here with the bowl. So thank you so much for staying and bringing the food and the community and the fellowship. Yes, good job, everybody. We have just a brief update, and we're going to do a visioning. We have a lot going on. We've done a lot in the last 6 months. Doesn't it feel like a lot's been going on here lately? Yes, it feels good. So I want to report on our YouTube stats. This is kind of fun. I thought a nice fun fact. In January, the lowest viewed video was 19 views and the highest was 44. In February, we moved up to the lowest was 38 and the highest was 80. And in March, the lowest views was 49 and the highest was 99. So we're seeing a trend not only in the room, because now we're up to about 40 every service. Thank you, Billy. Give it up for Billy. Thank you. Appreciate you. We had 45 today. Wow. And I think when I first started, we had like 15, 18, something like that. So thanks to you showing up, keeping the light on, keeping the vision high, we're moving the needle. So we have some things coming up. I mentioned the Jesse Powers concert. If you can, please, please, please be there and bring a friend. Also, the watercolor workshop. These are great entry gates for people who don't know the center. These are safe little opportunities to get people involved. We have our next Board of Trustees meeting. Everyone's invited on the 20th of this month, so you're welcome to join us. And I highly recommend our last Sunday service. It's going to be Reverend Pixie DeFour and her husband John that does the music. And let me tell you, these two are an incredible duo. We're very fortunate to have them at the center. So that's the last Sunday, Sunday the 27th. Same bat channel, 10:30. We get started. And then on Wednesdays, Rev Julia, who's also joining us on YouTube right now for the update, is going to be starting our Connect, Meditate, and Pray on Wednesday, April 16th. So if you need a spot to drop in, check in, be seen, be held, perfect opportunity, no matter where you're at, because that's online. So who's noticed we're doing a fundraiser? You want to know what it's about? I haven't been able to get the flyer up there. We need a new projector. We're tired of having purple people and the colors off. We can't show movies very effectively at all. So the projector we want will last us pretty much the life of the church. We want to get a laser projector, and it's $4,500. Yeah, so we're up. We've got 1,000 so far, so we have 3,500 to go. A laser printer, or we'll do a 100-inch TV. We're still trying to figure out which one is best. But the good news is, if we can get the laser one, it'll last for like 40, 50 years, easy. It doesn't need a new light bulb. It's low maintenance. It'll stream. We can stream from our phones, and it has all the stuff. So when we move, we can take it anywhere with us, and we get a bigger space. We can move it back. Six Sisters, yeah. We're looking to buy a place. We want to buy a home. Yeah, we want to buy a home. So we're going to start that process this month. I'm going to convene a meeting with anyone who's on the building subcommittee, and we're going to start by looking at the binder that had already done quite a bit of visioning and prospecting in the area, and then we're just going to build from there with a listing. So if you're interested in that committee, it's over there. We'll get started this month. And this month, we're going to pull the Abundance Committee together. We want to do some things. Maybe we'll do a flea market in the parking lot and a plant sale here or something. You know, maybe we'll have a concert night with a silent auction. Whatever it is, it's going to be fun because it's fundraising. So I think that's enough of me speaking. I think I feel really good about how things are progressing in the community, and I think they're just going to keep expanding. But I'd love to hear from you. How's the service unfolding for you? How are things at the center unfolding for you? Any ideas for events and activities you'd like to see? So I'm going to open up the floor. Open up the floor. Okay, Maya's going to go.
I want to say I've really enjoyed the events, the diversity, the voices, the inclusion that has brought a new breath into the life here at the center. So thanks.
Yes. Authentic Voices. Who saw the performance? Authentic Voices. That was amazing. We got a lot of views on that too, by the way, because it's on YouTube. What else? What else do we want to acknowledge that we like or we want to see?
We can sell this and make more money.
Yeah, we would sell the building and then
Did you say that Authentic Voices is on the
it's on YouTube. So if you want to,
STEM or through Sierra Center?
it's on our YouTube. That performance that was here is on our YouTube channel. Yeah, absolutely. Community garden. I love that. Would love to see a community garden. Jerry Lynn? Hold on, I'll give it to you, Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn did her story at Rise and Speak. So if we could all listen.
I want to acknowledge the 7-week course that we just did, Rise and Speak. We just had our culmination on stage under the spotlight event yesterday afternoon, and it was extraordinary. It was challenging, and there were so many gems that I found as I was percolating with my story. And I just think it's priceless. I feel so confident today, more so than I did before. I haven't been to school in a few decades, so I haven't challenged myself with anything like that. And I didn't check out, number one. I thought, I can't do this, but I wasn't the only one. I know Shauna faced that too, and I think we all faced it at one point, but we all hung in there, we supported each other, and we rock. And I invite y'all to check it out.
So Rise and Speak is a class that I just offered for 7 weeks. I help people look at their life, pick a story or defining moment, and then put it together in a spoken message and perform it on stage. And here's what I love about that, and I'm gonna tell you why I did it. The unity and connection and the way we know people goes below the waterline. And when we really see people in their lives and their stories, it can't help but build unity and compassion. There is no substitute for that I have found other than the power of story. So that's why I really wanted to bring it here. We have 2 people so far already signed up. We'll take no more than 10, and please, if you see a messages night, please come. It will be life-changing. I'm going to see if the group wants to do a rewind, and we could do it after service. So I'll check in with them and see if they can do that. Because what happens is nobody knows what it is. A few people show up to the performance. Then on Sunday, everyone hears how amazing it is and wants to hear it. So I want to see if we can get a rewind going on that. So thank you, Jerry Lynn, for that. And sticking it out, by the way. Yes. What else wants to be shared or spoken before we move into the visioning? Yes, Jivan.
That's starting, yeah. There's gonna, what the Science of Mind band you're putting together. They're talking about that. But I just want to acknowledge that it's amazing what's happened here in the last 6 months. And I think your efforts to include everybody in all these different ways just really made the difference, and making the difference every week, you know. And the fact that we have all these different guest speakers and classes, it's just unbelievable.
Thank you, thank you. And you know, like I was saying, I was mentioning this, I think, to Lois, is that I came in with a lot of ideas, and what that requires is support. And I've been getting support. Chana is my right arm. The ecclesiastical staff has stepped up. Everyone has stepped up. When a minister with ideas goes into a community and nobody steps up, they leave. And I'm not going anywhere. We're just going to the moon, as far as I'm concerned. So the credit also belongs to everyone in this room, right? No small roles. Every bit counts. Anything else that needs to be said before we do our visioning for the center? Any final comments? Thank you. Blessed be. She said thank you. And I want to thank the Board of Trustees. They have really been supportive of all my ideas, really shown up when I've needed them to, and that's huge. I can't do what I do without a strong board, and I really appreciate you. So thank you, thank you. Give it up for the board. Let's do that. All right, so Rev K is going to lead us through a visioning, and everyone should have a little form and a pen, because, yes, Marilyn, do you need a? Okay. Okay, so everyone grab your form and your pen. Make sure you're all, we have some other pens here and forms. Pens and forms. We have some extras here. Let me go give this over here. Here's a form and a pen. There we go. Form and a pen. All right. And whoever's online watching live, feel free to get your own piece of paper and pen. And you can put your responses in the comments, and we can capture them that way. So if prayer is us talking to the divine, then visioning is opening ourselves up to receive messages for the divine. And Rev K will lead us in a visioning for the center. Thank you.
Yes. All right. So we're going to get into kind of a semi-meditative space. And just going to review this in case there's anyone in the room who hasn't done visioning before. You can either feel into the answer to every question and stay in that meditative space and then write all your answers down after we complete. Or if you prefer, you can open your eyes, kind of keeping your vision just on your paper, write your answers down, and then return back to that contemplative space. If you're like me, I can never remember everything that came through, so I have to do it all at once. Along with that, I want to remind everybody, Spirit doesn't always speak in words. So if you have a feeling, if you have a sense of a color or a smell or an image comes through, write all that down too. So that's really important. All right. And so let us just begin. And so we begin, and if you're comfortable lowering your gaze or closing your eyes, just taking in a big deep breath, and just becoming present, connecting back in with that space where we know that we are aligned with the one. And knowing that the answers to every question are not from our mind, but our spirit through us, moving through us for the highest vision for our community. And so our first question, what is Spirit's highest vision for Sierra CSL? What is Spirit's highest vision for the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living? When you are done, just returning back into the stillness. Give a few more moments for those who are not complete yet. Just knowing that if there are still thoughts, that you can always come back to that first question at the end as well. Returning again into that silence. Our next question, what must we embrace? What must we become? What must we embrace? What must we become? Just moving back into that stillness if you're done. Breathing in all of that goodness and staying in this contemplative space. For those of you who are still writing, just allowing that sentence to come to a close. We'll give just a few more moments here. And in that space of oneness and stillness within, we ask our third question. What must we let go of? What must we release? What must we let go of? What must we release? Just breathing back into that space. Recognizing the divinity that is within each and every one of us. And with our next breath, we ask our next question. What is the next step? What is mine to do? What is the next step? What is mine to do? And if you're complete, I just invite you to lean back into the silence. I'll just take a few more moments here. And for our final question, is there anything else that wants to be known at this time? Is there anything else that Spirit, Universe, Divine, Mother wants us to know at this time for this beautiful center? Mm. And so we just take one more moment, leaning back in to that stillness and the silence, and giving thanks in full gratitude for all of the wisdom and the way Spirit has expressed through each one of us as a channel of the divine in this beautiful visioning process. What I know is that every word that has come through, every thought, every image, every sound, every color is absolutely perfect and is in this moment pressed down into the soil, creating the community container that we call this center. And so I just give thanks. And with your next breath, I invite you to begin becoming fully present in this room again, wiggling your fingers and your toes, becoming aware of all the beloveds around you, and for this beautiful process. Thank you for visioning with us today.
Okay, thank you, Rev K. Can we give it up for Rev K? Wasn't that wonderful? So here's what I'm going to ask. I want you to look at what came through you, because we're each a channel for the divine. And I'd like you to mark one or two things that really pop for you that came through this process. One or two things. And we're going to collect these sheets, by the way. So don't walk off with them. We're going to collect all of this beautiful downloads. But I want to get a couple shares, and since we're also live streaming this, we'll have it captured on video. So let's start here with Shyla.
This isn't that. Did anybody see a black purse? Like a,
We'll look. Can you look on the windowsill? We're looking for a black purse. There we go. Okay. See, we're all an extension of the divine here for each other. So who has a share? Yeah, let go of false beliefs and negative past experiences. What else? Hold on, let me. Love is everywhere. Beautiful. Love is everywhere. What'd you get?
Is there anything else that wants to be known at this time? The rest of life, sharks and all.
The rest of life, sharks and all, is what came up. What else? Did we get anything for the center? Here we go, Tara.
I said there is so much support for this powerful awareness and connection to this already powerful community.
Beautiful. There's already all the support. Yes.
I was, as we were preparing our food in this little kitchen,
with all these people and no counter space, I can see we really need a bigger spot because this seems to be getting bigger. The attendance is bigger every week.
A bigger kitchen. I'm going to come around this way. I'll come back around.
Limiting beliefs that we are small and
Limiting beliefs that we are small and the fears that go with that. We're going to release that. Yes. Yes, I love that. I'm coming around, coming around. Did you get anything, Madeline? Yeah, okay. You don't have to. It's all right. It's okay. What did you get, Jerry Lynn?
I got what must we let go of and what must we release. And I got disappointments and fear. And as far as what we must embrace and what we must become, I got embrace our gifts and become resilient. And I got yellow.
Oh, yellow. That's nice. Nice, bright, sunshiny.
I got embrace an endless sense of growth and love. And anything else that wants to be known, there are no limits.
I saw full house, choir, band, 2 sessions, large community, kids, classes, recovery, fun.
Yes. Blessed be. Speak it out.
I got, let's see, continue to increase attendance until we truly outgrow the space.
So it is. What'd you get?
What is the next step? What is mine to do? 1 foot in front of the other, and whatever God guides me.
Oh, yes. Blessed be 1 foot in front of the other. And we're all guided. And Jerry Lynn. Oh, wait. Hold on, Shyla.
She asked me to read it. Spiritual growth, yay. Our divinity, strong with our inner divinity. Fear of failure, I guess it was what.
Letting go, yeah.
Yeah. Fear of not becoming. Fundraisers to get funds to grow the center. And love is everywhere.
Love is everywhere. I love that. I love love. Here, Jerry Lynn, can you hand this up? Thanks.
Actually, the first question, what is Spirit's highest vision for Sierra, CSL? I immediately saw crowds of people the size of hands off. The demonstration that we did in Grass Valley, Nevada City yesterday, I'll bet we had 2,000 or 3,000 people. And they, to have that many people, this is a ripe time for people to recognize their power and what the power of planting their seeds is. So I saw that big of a group of people, and it just gave me a buzz. And on the last question, is there anything else that wants to be known at this time? That we play the lottery. that we do, that we put in whatever, 1 or 2 tickets a week, and we stay open at the top.
That's going to be Jerry Lynn's fundraiser.
You got it.
I love that. Yeah, why would we limit ourselves? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, Shara.
In answer to the first question, the highest vision for our center, I put every person in the county knows about what we offer, respects it, and desires to find out more.
Ooh, yes. Can we get a clap for that? Oh, my gosh. Give yourselves a big hand. You guys are amazing. Thank you for staying, engaging in the process. And this is what moves the needle. Where first? Here. We just shifted it with our words, with our vision, with our energy. And we know it's coming forth manifest right now in ways that we know, in ways that we see, in ways we don't know yet and we haven't seen yet. Yes, Gary, do we have something else? Reverend Julia.
So Reverend Julia says, number one, expanding in consciousness and membership. Number two, embrace faith and become resolute. Number three, release fear of the unknown. And four, mine to do is online community building. And to that one, yes, and to that one, I want to add that my final one was embracing the non-traditional, not on Sunday spiritual people and still have them be part of the community, not on Sunday.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Gary, because I'm going to start something. I want to announce it here that's coming. It's in the cooker, in the hopper. It's called Spirit Lab. And I'm going to do it Spirit Lab, like a laboratory, Spirit Lab. And I'm not going to do it at the center. I'm going to do it in Nevada County, and I'll tell you why. Some people are so wounded by organized religion, they will not step in here. So I'm going to go out there, and I have a potential location, and it's going to be near Nevada City. And we're just going to experiment with Source, with 0 Point Energy. I'm going to use Pamela Grout's book, E Squared, that has little experiments in using Source and getting a demonstration. So, not sure yet. I mean, I'd love to have 20. That'd be great. So what we do is we do an experiment on one Saturday, and then when we come back 2 Saturdays later, we demonstrate. We say what happened with our experiment. And then they get to know me, then they get to come to the center. So we're starting that process, Gary. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Wonderful. Well, thank you all for coming today. Let's give a big hand. If you can, please help with chairs and tables and tablecloths. So appreciate you. Have a great week, everyone.